See this bag here? You know what that means? It means I got pizza. This is my pizza bag. For people who don't know, we had to get me a little hot and ready today. Little Caesars. Little Caesars. Get yourself a little warming bag if you don't have one for the car. Trust me, it'll make your food a lot fresher when you can take it home. But Little Caesars dropped a new pizza. I didn't know this was coming. And all of a sudden I said, oh, wow, we got something new. We have a new stuffed crunch crust pizza. They love these alliteration, onomatopoeia type of words in all these places. But the crunch crust pizza, it is a stuffed crunch crust pizza. I have to say that 15 times fast. What's on it? Exactly what it sounds like. It's a stuffed crust, but they put little crunchy bits of some sort on there. So I said, cool. Made my drive down to Passaic, New Jersey. Traffic in Passaic during the day is insane, but we got our hot and ready, and I'm not just going to get that at Little Caesars because, well, I don't want to just get that at Little Caesars. Got to make sure you get the two dipping sauces. The Buffalo Ranch and the cheesy jalapeno is a must for me at all times. I also wanted to try their Detroit-style Ultimate Supreme Pizza. The Ultimate, ooh, that smells good. That smells good. So we got two pizzas here, and I got an order of their Caesar wings, I think you call them? Yeah, Caesar wings. Barbecue Caesar wings. Everybody swears by these but me, and every time I go, I try them and say I don't like them, and then I get yelled at by some of y'all. But it's all love, man. You know I love trying new stuff, but y'all know what it is, man. Thanksgiving week is upon us, but we still got new stuff. Not much going to be out new releases this week other than this. Drop a thumbs up, man. Hit the like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all so much for stopping and checking in with your boy. But let's get into this video. So let's start off with the new thing, the stuffed crunch crust pepperoni pizza. It is a large round pepperoni pizza with toasted stuffed crunch crust brushed with a buttery flavored garlic spread. At my location, it cost $9.49. They had a special where you could do a Sicilian carryout, hot and ready, and I tried to put it through and they said, with this location ain't doing it. So they got me on that one. I was kind of excited. Ended up paying like $14 for this one, but we're here for this. Anyway, I did specify well done, but my Little Caesars, there's only one near me, criminally underbakes their pizza. So well done means like barely cooked at mine. That's just what they do, bro. I even asked him and he laughed. I swear, I didn't film it because I didn't want to do that to him. But so this is the stuffed crunch crust pepperoni. I'm gonna start like I always do, eating it from the back. I hope yours is baked better than me, because this is just a stuffed crust pizza with some buttered garlic on the top. But there is like these little crunchy pieces. It's just at mine, they ain't gonna crunch. And if I let go of this pizza, look how flaccid it look. Dave Portnoy would throw this out the window. I know y'all love him. You know there happened to be, hold up, let me give you a little close up. There are little crunchy pieces on this pepperoni here. I'm gonna get in here, and this pizza is greasy, bro. This pizza. I'm gonna get in here with the Buffalo Ranch. I do like me a hot and ready. I just, you know, they gotta stay under 10 bucks, and this is $9.49, so they're right at that threshold for me. Buffalo Ranch. I don't think I've gotten a Little Caesars order, except for the times they forget it, where I don't get the Buffalo Ranch and the cheesy jalapeno. I get it every time. To me, it's like what makes the whole Little Caesars experience. Cheesy jalapeno. Even though this pizza's floppy as hell, it still hits, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, this is floppy, but it hits. The pepperoni is still kind of crispy. And like I said, some of those crunchy pieces, they still got on here. I'm just gonna take the crust off of this one. They might as well just do this in some crazy bread. Just stuff crunch crust crazy bread and just call it. I do not think this will move the needle, people at Little Caesars. But if you want a hot and ready, it is $9.49, which in this 2025 Little Caesars price is moderate. So, do I think it's good? If they cook yours more, even better. But it does have little crunchy butter garlic pieces. The crunchy pieces don't really add flavor. It's just a texture thing. But I'm still not mad at this, as you can see. Hot and ready still gonna do you right. Just keep it 2025 prices under 10. We got to get it back down to that 5 though. And that's what it's about. I watched a whole documentary about Mike Ilitch. May he rest in peace. You don't know Mike Ilitch was the founder of Little Caesars. He founded it with his wife many moons ago. And when people were fleeing Detroit, I feel like I'm going through a crazy story. He stayed, though. And he stayed. And he ended up buying the Red Wings. And he bought the Tigers. He also had a son named Atanas Ilitch, who played the villain in this like cheesy 80s horror film called Slumber Party Massacre 2. And he was like, that's his son. I didn't even know that until like last year. So rest in peace. There's also a lot of other things, but it's an interesting story. He would never. Got my C4 Classic Lemonade. I'm obsessed now with 2 different flavors of energy drinks. C4 has this. Also, I think it's Rise has Country Time Lemonade, which is rocking. But also, Cherry Limeade, like the Sonic version. Ghost has one, and Alani has a cherry lime slush those are the 2 I drink all the time now. Also, Alani, I'm posted on my stories, but they sent me over a box of it. I'll proof it out. As much energy drinks as I drink, I need an energy drink sponsor. Oh, it's not good for you. It's good for me. I also decided to partake in a Supreme. I never got a Supreme from Little Caesars, so I said, let's try it today. $15.99, because they didn't run the $4.99 special. That's smart. I was going anyway. We got a large Detroit-style deep dish pizza. It has pepperoni, Italian sausage, mushrooms, onions, and green peppers. I've never gotten a Supreme from them. But my favorite Little Caesars pizza is the Detroit or the stuffed Detroit. This is just a regular, but look at the baked-in cheese on the side of that. They baked this well done compared to the other one. Look. Anyway. This is why I always get Detroit, especially at my location. They cook it right, bro. This is a crispy booty, bro. This is how you do it. Baked in cheese on the side. And this is where I'm like, this is where I get me. This is where my wheelhouse is for Little Caesars. Oh, yeah. And you get you some cheesy jalapeno. The onions on here are like really thin. The peppers on here are massive. But they're not too raw. Sometimes you get like peppers on a pizza and they're like undercooked to the point that you're eating raw peppers. It's gotta match the pizza. So I don't really care for that. But in this case, I do. Listen, I'm only one person, bro. Let me get a little wet napkin here. I'm only one person here. And my opinion is just that. It's my opinion. It's not a fact, but if they have that $4.99 hot and ready Sicilian or whatever, I'll do that all day. But the best pizza, price notwithstanding, because this is 16 bucks, that's crazy. If you give me this under 10, it's one of the best in the game, bro. One of the best in the game. One more time, cheesy baked in booty. Yes. That's the winner. This, stick to the deep dish. So for people who are wondering, the deep dish, this is by far the most expensive one at $16 because it's Supreme with all the toppings on it. If you do just get the cheese one, it's 11 bucks. You can also get a pretzel crust pizza, at least at my location, and it's like $6. Let me check. I'm gonna double check. I got my cheat sheet right here. I always keep the app open so I make sure I verify for y'all. $6.55 is the cheapest one. But check the app because again, hot and ready was what they were. I'm gonna get into that later. I want to try these wings. These are the barbecue. They only have like 3 or 4 flavors. They have garlic parm. They have buffalo. They have oven baked, which is no sauce, and then barbecue. Every time I get these people like, you gotta get the barbecue. You gotta get this. And every time I try them, I'm like, they're still mid. But these cost $8. Caesar wings. Yeah, like they just do what they're like. The chicken itself, I feel like, is like a Tyson chicken wing, which most of these places serve that. But their sauces, any of them, you know what I'm gonna try to do? I'm gonna go in that buffalo ranch for a second because these are just aggressively mid for me. And it's never, I'd rather get a whole pizza for the same price. All right. That actually helps, but it's pizzas and cheesy bread for me. Another thing that a lot of people do, you can get the pepperoni cheese bread, and that'll run you $6, or the Italian cheese bread, which is $5.59. Locations vary, but those are the best places. I always think their wings and their desserts are just not where it's at. If I go Little Caesars, it's about a hot and ready, and that's about it for me. So what do I think overall? This pizza, it's not moving the needle for me either way. I think you should still get a deep dish, price notwithstanding. If you can find one or use the app, get little discount points. If it's under 10, or just get the cheese one, that's the plan. I was saying, I know people may not care about this type of stuff, but it's just one of those things that whenever I get Little Caesars, I always think of Mike Ilitch. I kind of alluded to it earlier, but he was the founder of Little Caesars. He founded it with his wife a long, long time ago. If you don't know the background of the city of Detroit, there was a point in time where Detroit was a bustling part of America. Motor City, a lot of car plants, a lot of them moved, and there was a time where people can say what they want to, but it was a time where it was called the White Flight. A lot of people left Detroit and kind of left it the way that it was, and Mike Ilitch stayed. He got involved a lot in the community, and he ended up owning the Tigers. He owned the Red Wings, and obviously Little Caesars did well for him. Another thing that people don't know about him is that in 1994, precisely, so people know Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was attacked. She lived in Detroit in 94. She was robbed and attacked and assaulted. Mike Ilitch didn't make any announcement or anything like that, but it was found out later that he paid her rent for the rest of her life to move to a safer part of Detroit. He fulfilled that commitment. He did it the entire time until her death in 2005. Like I said before, he's a very interesting story. I was watching a thing on him a while ago, and I just think it was really, he passed away in 2017. But to me, one of the biggest things that someone can do when they pass away is leave a legacy, and he definitely did do that. And like I said, one of the most obscure facts that I found out last year I found was crazy. I watch a lot of cheesy horror movies, and Mike Ilitch has a son named Atanas Ilitch, and the villain in that movie, it's this really campy horror movie where he's like this leather jacket guitar with a drill on it killer. And I found out through watching the YouTube channel Dead Meat, which I'm a big fan of. I've been watching probably for the last 5 or 6 years. I found out through that watching they did an episode on Slumber Party Massacre 2, and they said that Mike Ilitch, his son Atanas, so I said, get the F out of here. So fun, obscure facts. Atanas Ilitch has 3 movie credits to his name, and that's one of them. So the more you know. But rest in peace to Mike Ilitch, man, because, people that do things that are philanthropic and don't draw attention to themselves, it's not like he made an announcement that said he was paying her bills. He just did, which is commendable. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and a little random educational topic we had at the end. I love y'all, man. I hope you're enjoying your Thanksgiving week, and I hope you get to be with some family and some friends, have some good food, and enjoy some football if you watch that. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.